So you may have been on Facebook or YouTube, unless you've been living under a rock. You've probably seen a lot of people laughing it up, showing off their fancy lifestyle, their amazing cars, and saying that you can do it too. You know, there's a lot of things that people assume are get-rich-quick schemes. So do get-rich-quick schemes actually exist? Because I've seen a lot of people, especially when young people who are living it up, traveling the world, you know, they must be a part of some kind of scam, some kind of get-rich-quick scheme. But unless you're a very, very entitled person and you don't want to look into what they're actually doing, I do not want you to confuse the words get rich quick with its evil brother, get rich easy, because they are totally different things. People don't actually see the work that's put in by these other very successful entrepreneurs or very successful people. Maybe you've seen the show Shark Tank before. There's these entrepreneurs, inventors coming in there, waiting for 1 to 2 years to actually get their shot on that show. But they've built up some sort of business in that time. And if they get a shark on board, or even if they don't, they can have a very successful business that earns of millions of dollars. And it wasn't get rich easy. You know, I'm talking about the next 2 to 5 years, not overnight. Because in my journey, I've been online for the past 3 years. My first year, I was getting absolutely no results, and that's when I was putting a lot of my work in. And that's what you got to understand as an entrepreneur. You can't be thinking like an employee who's very entitled, saying if I put in X amount of hours, I put in 40 hours this week, then I deserve X amount of dollars. Because my very first year online, I was doing, you know, all the hard work, wasn't seeing the financial return. But all of a sudden, when you know, you kind of blow up online, you do have financial success, people automatically assume, oh my God, it's a scam, it's get rich quick. But it's not get rich easy, because if anyone tells you it's easy, especially marketing on the front end, then you know, you want to maybe avoid them things. If they're saying make $50,000 in 10 days, bull dust. It doesn't exist. It does not exist. But you can do it in the next 3 to 5 years. If you're currently working in a job that you don't like and you're trying to work for an extra paycheck, you're probably not going to get rich fairly quickly. All we want is enough income, enough wealth for us to actually be able to design our day and do the things that we want to do with our day. You don't necessarily need millions of dollars in the bank account to be happy, but you can essentially retire over the next 2 to 5 years instead of the next 30 years following, you know, the original plan. Because that's what I was originally doing until I did come across different people online who had lifestyles that I really wanted to live, but they never ever once said that it was easy. Yes, it's simple, but it wasn't easy. So what you got to actually do is figure out a way to separate time from money. If you've read Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, then you know the rich don't work for money, and I completely agree with that. Kind of like today, I'm shooting this video, and I've shot it once. I can leverage it over and over again because I know how to use the internet. That's leveraging your time. I know how to create business systems online. So instead of selling my time for money, I'm now selling products for money, so that you're always earning an income, whether you're working or not. Like today, I've just got off a webinar. This is basically my office in my lounge room in my apartment. There's a couple of my laptops sitting there and a beautiful view of the Swan River. And this is just the way I wanted to design my life. And you know, it didn't happen overnight. It did happen over a 3-year period, but you can drastically change your life in the next 3 years, not in the next, you know, 10 days like they say online. All it takes is a little bit of reprogramming what's going on up here and learning how to separate time from money. And I learned how to do all this stuff from the educational company, the Six Figure Mentors and Digital Experts Academy, who taught me everything I know today and actually set me up with a very successful online business that I had today. So that's the video here. Do not confuse get rich quick with get rich easy. And you know, you can drastically change your life within the next 2 to 5 years, not the next 5 to 10 days, because that doesn't exist.